What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Beats Bailey channel. And today, we're going to be going over Conference Championship Week. Man. Dogs let me down, I ain't gonna lie. Let me down. Before I get started, congratulations to Alabama. You won seems like your 30th SEC championship. But you won it. You won it convincingly. And I believe the main thing that I was worried about all year long and in the off season coming into this season came true in this game. That was the secondary. I've been saying that for as long as I can remember on this channel, and before the season even started, the secondary was my main concern all year long. Because this was a whole, we pretty much replaced the entire secondary, and that's what I was worried about. I was worried about, just they have not played an offense that has attacked vertically until today, and we've seen what happened. It sucks we lost. For some reason, people think we're making the playoffs still. I guess I don't know. My opinion, I've always been like this. If you lose your conference title game, and if you're, I don't care if you're 1-2 playing in your conference title game. If you lose, you're not in the playoff. That's just my opinion. However, like 95% of sports analysts out there believe Georgia's still making the playoff at maybe the 2 seed, 2 or 3. It don't matter to me. If we make the playoff, cool. If Stetson's playing, we're losing. I don't care who we're playing. I don't care. JT needs to play. He needs to start tomorrow. Taking first team snaps. Stetson, been fun. Thank you for your contribution for the whole 12 games that you played, that you did well in. You went 9-1 as a starter. Congrats. It is now time to see what JT can do here in the postseason, because I just don't. I'm not doing this again. I am not gonna watch you play Michigan and lose to Michigan. I'm not dealing with that. Or whatever. I don't know. I do have my top 10 and who I believe is going to be in the playoff, and I actually have my top 10 of where I think they're going to finish. The bowl games, I believe with Michigan winning the Big Ten, they absolutely obliterate Iowa 42-3. Michigan, I believe with that win, Ohio State is going to play Utah in the Rose Bowl. I think that's going to be the Rose Bowl game. I believe if Michigan would have lost, it would have been Michigan and Utah in the Rose Bowl, I think. Or Iowa and Utah. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, man. Baylor beat Oklahoma State. Pittsburgh, congratulations, Pittsburgh won the ACC. Cincinnati won the AAC. UTSA won their conference. Beat Western Kentucky. Bailey Zappi trying to break Joe Burrow's records. That's Western Kentucky's quarterback. I believe Kent State lost from Northern Illinois. Louisiana Lafayette, they beat the Appalachian State to win theirs. Billy Napier, that's their coach, and he's going to be Florida's coach next year. Utah won the Pac-12. Yep. So, and Alabama won the SEC. I watched, and here's what's weird about this game, and I've been telling people I wasn't getting my hopes up from this game. Everybody talked about this game. It was on a collision course from week 1. Everybody's like, it's probably going to be Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship game. And that was the talk all year long. If Georgia was 11-1 going into this game, we would not be having this whole playoff talk. But since Georgia was undefeated, that was kind of like, and I said that was the insurance. I've said it before, that's like they're having their insurance. That kind of saved them for a playoff potential spot. And now, could Georgia beat Alabama in a rematch? I don't know. You know what I mean, you know what you're going to get from Alabama now. You're going to get a high flying offense, but you're not going to have John Mechie. He tore his ACL, I believe, tonight, which is unfortunate for him. I hate it for him. You might have a better run game. Brian Robinson will probably be ready to go by then. George Pickens, he looked great for a little bit he played, and both teams know what to expect, except there is one X factor for Georgia in a rematch, and that is JT Daniels. Alabama has not played JT Daniels ever. They've never played against him. Stetson played that entire game last year. We lost. Stetson played this entire game. Alabama has no idea what to see out of him. We know what Bryce Young's going to do. We might know what Brian Robinson's going to do. But they don't know what JT's going to do. That's the X factor. That is the one thing that Georgia, that is the magic card we can pull in a game against Alabama if we were to make the playoff. Do I think we're going to make the playoff? I don't know. I think it's a quarter toss-up, honestly. The talk of Georgia being 2 or 3, I don't get it. I'm not getting my hopes up on the playoff because I don't know, man. It's tough, man. It's tough to see what's going to happen. I don't know. I guess Georgia's going to make the playoff. I don't know. But going back to the game and being a loss, I watched the first half. Like I said, I made a video uploaded earlier, kind of rant, but I was headed to work. I left at 6. I got to be at work at 7. We clock in at 6:52. But I left at 6, grabbed me a bite to eat, and I listened to the game in the truck. And I got there, and one of my coworkers said, "Hey man, you ain't on the schedule." And so I went and looked, and sure enough, I wasn't on the schedule. And so I was like, well, I just wasted an hour and 20 minutes. I wasted almost 2 hours of preparation for work, driving there, getting geared up, and then coming home. About 2 hours of missing the game. A game not really worth watching, honestly. I got back home for the fourth quarters. It was like maybe 5 minutes left in the game when I got home. I missed the entire third quarter and half of the fourth. Excuse me. Excuse me. But, yeah. I don't know, man. This was probably one of the more comfortable losses I've experienced as a fan. I watched a bunch of losses. Not a bunch, but I watched a lot of postseason losses. This is the fourth time in the postseason. This is the fourth postseason loss to Alabama I've watched. The first one was the 2012 SEC Championship. The second one was the Natty in 2017. The third one was the 2018 SEC Championship. And then the fourth one was this SEC Championship. We lost to Bama in the regular season last year. So that's 5 times we lost to Bama. Now, I've watched the game. And we lost to LSU in 19 in the postseason. So we've lost 6. We've lost 5 postseason games in the last 10, 11, 12 years to Alabama. The game got away from Georgia. The second quarter was really the defining factor. It was 10-0. Georgia was winning 10-0. Georgia had the game under control at the end of the first quarter. Georgia was in control of the entire game. Going to the second, Alabama scored 24 points. Georgia scored a touchdown, so it was 24-17 at the half. Georgia scored just one touchdown in the second half. This was the first time Bama was leading at half too. So yeah. It sucks. Everything Bama was terrible at all year got good. They were good at it in this game. The offensive line played its best game all year in this game, hands down. The running game was okay. I mean, it wasn't great. I think they outrushed Georgia, but that's because we went to the air. Emergency air throws. So we went Stetson trying to play hero ball, and that doesn't work. I'm gonna run down my top 10. Well, let me finish what I was saying. Hold on. It's been a long time since I'm a huge fan of the Georgia Bulldogs. It's because it's my home state. I just grew into it. I started watching football around the Matthew Stafford days. I don't remember a whole lot, but I remember watching a little bit of the Hawaii Sugar Bowl. But I wasn't like a fan. Like as a kid, I would just watch it if it was on. If might have missed a couple games here and there, but like 2012 was the first real year where I watched and that was the first year where I would do everything in my power to watch every single game every Saturday, and that was 2012. That was the first year. 2011 might have been a few games in that year as well, but Aaron Murray was really the first quarterback that I watched play all the time. But I don't get as emotional after a loss. I don't get as emotional after a loss like I used to. This game doesn't really feel like a loss. It sucks. I'm more upset because I do a lot of trash talking, so I do a lot on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram. I'm always in comment sections, just putting my little put my little pieces to the puzzle. But and when a loss, it doesn't back up your claims, so that's kind of where I feel. That's why I'm more upset about that aspect. But the whole game, like it's been a while since I've cried at a loss. I think the last time that happened was Auburn in 2017. I think I was very upset about that loss because I thought the season was over. Dunzo, that was the last time I was very emotional at a loss. One of the more disappointing and I really don't know why this one is, but one of the most disappointing losses that I've experienced as a fan, like where I felt like the team just didn't have it in them, was the Texas Sugar Bowl loss in 2018. That game, I still can't get over that loss. I can't, because we were the better team. We were the better team. When that Bama loss killed us. And that's why I'm worried. And that's why I was worried about this loss today. Because if we finish 5th in the polls, we might play Baylor in a bowl game, or we might play Oklahoma State. We might play Oklahoma State. We might play Michigan State. I don't know who we'd play. Notre Dame. I don't know. We'd play them in a bowl game, and I don't want the players to feel like, because they give up. And I've seen this before with that Texas Sugar Bowl game. They gave up. They quit. 10 to 15 starters opted out of that game. And kind of like how Florida had against Oklahoma last year. You had you see what happens when you have all your starters opt out. Luckily for us, not many senior starters played this year for us. There's a few of them on defense, but the offense has been a young group. Is Stetson going to opt out? No. I don't know. If we make the playoff, cool. If not, cool. I just hope that if we make the playoff, JT has to ride the season out. If not, it's going to be a one playoff game and done for us. I don't care who we're playing. I'm going to give you guys my top 10. Number 10, I have Michigan State. I just think that they are the 10th best team. You could maybe put Pittsburgh at 10. I don't know. I mean, you can put whoever you want to there, but got Michigan State at 10. Number 9, I have Ole Miss. Number 8, I have Oklahoma State. I think we'll probably put Oklahoma State at 9 and put Ole Miss 8. You could probably flip those. 7, I have Ohio State. Number 6, I have Notre Dame. 5, I have Baylor. So I do have Baylor at 5. Could Baylor make the playoff? Possibly. With them 2 losses, I just don't see it. If Baylor was 11-1, I would most definitely have them at number 4. If they were or 11-2, if they were 12-2 right now, or 12-1, excuse me, with the Big 12 title, I'd have them up there. My playoff is Georgia 4, Cincinnati 3, Michigan 2, Alabama 1. I believe that that's what the playoffs should be. If Georgia's going to make it, they should be 4. There's a lot of talk that they'll be 2 or 3. I think they're going to be 3. That is what I think the committee is going to do. I think they're going to be 3. But I think they should be 4. And obviously, I don't want to play Bama in the first round. I'd rather replay them in the Natty. But I believe Alabama and Cincinnati. I believe that would be a very easy win for Alabama. Michigan and Georgia. I think Georgia can beat Michigan no problem. I don't think Michigan's offense is light years away from Alabama's. Michigan is like a Georgia from like 2012. Like Haskins is like Todd Gurley. I mean, the dude's just a runner. They're a run for the first 2 plays. Like the first 2 plays they ever do is gonna be a run. They're just gonna run, pass, run, pass. That's what they do. So I'm not too worried about Michigan's offense. Michigan's defense has a couple key players. But I do think it's going to be Alabama, Michigan, Cincinnati, and Georgia playoff teams. Baylor and Notre Dame, one of them 2 might sneak in at 4. Notre Dame, since they're already up there, but they had the bye week. They don't have a conference championship. Baylor went out and won the Big Big 12 over a 5th-ranked Oklahoma State. So Baylor might jump in there at number 4. I don't know. You don't know. I mean, it could be Cincinnati and Michigan and Baylor and Alabama. It could be Cincinnati and Alabama. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Alabama, Michigan, and Cincinnati are in the playoff. Those 3 teams are going to be in there. Alabama, Michigan, and Cincinnati are going to be in the playoff. And either Georgia, Baylor, or Notre Dame, one of those 3 teams are going to be the final one to make it. So might not be a 4 seed. I think Georgia's projected to be a 2 or 3 seed. Georgia's going to be 2, 3, or 4. Obviously, they're going to be one of those probably. And obviously, yes, I'm excited if we do make the playoff, but there has to be adjustments made because I'm not looking forward to Stetson playing at the game for us. I'm not. I'm glad this is a wake-up call, though, a big wake-up call. So we'll see what happens. I'll be interested to see what happens, but like I said, I think the 4 playoff teams are going to be Alabama, Michigan, Cincinnati, and Georgia. Georgia has some work to do defensively, especially in the secondary, some major work. Alabama is probably the best team Georgia play all year. There is no teams better than Alabama and Georgia, and I've been saying that for weeks. Also, Georgia and Alabama are the best 2 teams, and yes, I flawed Alabama in that prediction video, and I really kind of show what they are. I pulled up the stats. Alabama played their best game all season long in this game. But going back to going to the Texas A&M loss, you want to even with a loss, A&M you're gonna have to put up a lot of points. And I believe if we had JT, and I think we might have had a better shot. Well, we won't know because he didn't play. So, yeah, it sucks. I was more of a I don't like you just don't understand why you keep losing to the same team over and over. You'd think you'd eventually win one. There's coaches like Jimbo Fisher who can do it. Dabo Sweeney. Yabba dabba doo. Ed Orgeron. Gus Malzahn. Yeah, so Dan Mullen almost beat it. So I don't know. Yes, it would have been nice for Georgia to win the SEC. But if Georgia had to sacrifice the SEC championship to potentially win a Natty, I mean, a Natty is a more prestigious trophy than the SEC, but yeah, I mean, I'd be happy. I mean, I would. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. I do gotta work tomorrow, but I'm gonna wake up at about 11:50, and I'm gonna watch the selection show, and also the bowl games will be revealed as well. I don't know if I'll be up for all that. I'm sure probably like an hour or two show revealing all these bowls. I'll probably stay tuned for it, and I might make a video. Like I said, I gotta work. I'll probably end up going back to sleep. But Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll probably make some videos. So stay tuned. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the New Year's Six bowls are going to be. I don't know if Georgia's going to make the playoff. Everybody's thinking they're going to make the playoff. I don't know. I just don't know. I really don't. I don't think they deserve it. I personally do not want us in the playoff with Stetson. But I don't know. I haven't watched any of the press conference at the end with Kirby. I haven't seen any of that. I don't want to hear anything he has to say because it's excuses. Every time he loses, it's an excuse. He blames the defense. Well, when your offense goes 3 and out 6, 7 times, your defense is going to give up points. They're going to give up chunks. And I said it in that rant video, explosive plays. Georgia hasn't been explosive since Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. That is the last time they have been explosive on offense. Those two running backs would get 60, 70-yard touchdown runs, sometimes more than one a game. And they would get big-time runs. Like Nick Chubb, I went back and looked at the stats. One day I was just kind of curious. Nick Chubb had like 1,400 rushing yards in 2014 or 2015. I think it was 2014. And I was like, God, like, man, when was the last? I was like, we can barely get a running back to 700 yards. That's because we rotate 3 or 4 backs. But, I was like, man. It's always like, when you think, Georgia's 12-0, awesome. That don't mean nothing to me until we beat Alabama. So until we get that over that hump, none of that means anything to me, man. I don't care if we were 14-0 playing Bama and we lose. I'm not satisfied until we beat Alabama. And I'm tired of losing to this team. And it looks like we'll probably have another crack at them in a national championship game. And that's what it's pretty much shaping up to be. They're trying to get a rematch between Georgia and Bama. And who knows? We might get one in the first round. I don't know. December 31st is the playoff games, and January the 10th is the Natty. I'm actually off both those days. So, thankfully, my schedule lines up where I'm off those days, so I'll get to watch both those. I'm not off on New Year's Day though, which is unfortunate. But I might put in some vacation and enjoy me some New Year's Six bowl games. We'll see what happens though. This is kind of my video, just kind of recapping the conference championships, and who I think is going to be in the playoffs. So it's what it is. I'm pretty tired. Might give me some sleep here in a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, peace.